In this video, we'll take you step by step on the application process of American Clay.
Okay, you want to start out first, Steve, and tell us about the substrate that you're going to be going over today?
We've got multiple layers of plaster here, and the very top layer is basically a base coat veneer. It's been sealed off with penetrating sealer, and it's ready for the first coat of American Clay.
Now, I've got to ask the question, why is that wall so thick?
Many applications of apprentices learning how to use their tools and the material.
Okay, good. Now, did you put anything over this substrate to prep for the American Clay?
Just the penetrating sealer.
Okay, why did you use penetrating sealer?
Versus using a good amount of water, because of the thickness of the existing plaster that's underneath, it takes a great deal of water. The penetrating sealer is a quick application, and it's very little that I have to do to prep it for the first coat.
Good, okay, so now, what's the first thing that we should do now?
So get some mud mixed up.
Let's go. Okay, so we're at your mixing station, Steve, so why don't you tell us what you got here?
I got about 5 bags of Enjarre in here, mixed to the manufacturer's specifications. And it kind of looks like that right there.
So now, that kind of looks like maybe a soft ice cream, would you say?
Yeah. Yeah, that's one way that they've described it. Mixed to a softy consistency.
Okay.
One of those snow cone dispensing machines.
Great. So now that you've got it all mixed, is there anything that is left to do with this before you can use it?
Put it on a mud board and coat the walls with it.
So we're ready to go?
We're ready.
Let's do it.
Thank you.
Okay, here we are at the practice booth where Steve's at. So, Steve, what do you plan on doing next now?
Basically taking that mud, spinning it upside down, and putting it on the lid.
Seriously?
Yes.
Well, let's see you do it then. Now, is there any trick that you use just to get in the mud on the hawk itself?
No, just technique that we teach our apprentices over and over.
Real good. Let's see what you got. Oh, you made it look easy. Now, is there any special things that you've got to do there and applying this, or no, is this just your basic skills that you teach all the apprentices?
Now, for the most part, this material has to go on a certain thickness, not too tight, not too heavy. And this one here, they say, is roughly a credit card thickness.
Okay. Now, how is this material, as far as the feel to apply it? Is it really a nice feel, easy to go on?
Very creamy, very soft. It's a lightweight material. A well-aged plaster would enjoy doing this in his end of his years.
I can imagine. Yeah, it looks like it is very forgiving. So now you're going to go ahead and you're going to scratch in. Is that what you're calling this now, scratching in the first coat?
Typically, we call the first coat a scratch coat. Yes.
So you're going to go ahead, scratch this all in, and then what will be your next move after you scratch in the ceiling?
Wait until it's totally dry for the next coat.
Oh, okay. So you go ahead and you hit it with your angle block again, get your angle going. Now, do you find that tool as easy to use, or even easier than, say, another kind of angle tool?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so 24 hours is elapsed, and this booth, is it ready to go ahead and get the second coat put on it?
Yeah, it's bone dry. Before we put the next coat on, we want to mist it a little bit to kill the suction.
Okay, is that the only reason?
Yes.
Okay.
So the material has a bond.
Now, how much water do you put on this?
Just very little, but you want to try and put it on uniformly.
I want you to go ahead and give us an example here and show us what we're looking for.
And that's about all you need.
Okay, now this is what you put on the ceiling, right?
Yes.
Let me get a little bit closer in here so we can take a look at this. So I notice you don't really have it puddling, it's pretty much just uniform all the way across.
Right.
Is that what you're looking for?
You see the little ridges from the first coat there?
Okay, gotcha. So you don't have to be really worried about that stuff then?
Yeah.
All right.
Some of them will come through, which adds to the beauty. The other ones, you just mist it and knock them down.
Okay, gotcha. So you're putting on the second coat here. And is there anything that you got to do specifically, or is it pretty much the same application as you did on that first coat?
It's about the same application, size of the aggregate, left closed up, not dragged open, exposing the aggregate. Feel that way myself. So